How's it going, everyone? This is Crusade, bringing you another video of some Pyramid Head gameplay. So right here, I'm going to be going towards the spawn points. I know where all the spawn points are for all of the maps, depending on where my corrupt spawns, because they're always going to spawn furthest away from you. And right here, usually survivors will sprint towards the middle if you have this, and they'll go towards any generators that you have. But I'm trying to catch somebody like this guy. Trying to catch him off guard because there's always going to be one or two people that are going to wait for the corrupt. And this is what I wanted to do, is I wanted to catch that person off because he's not going to be moving. As you can see, he was just sitting there. So that makes it easier. I thought he was going to go for the pallet drop because he was so close, but instead he was too scared to. I mean, he would have gone down anyway. So I'm not going to cage him. You're going to want to hook him. Because that way your barbecue's going to go off. And you can see where everyone is. So right here, no one went off, and that generator went off, so I know that they're all there. Because the generator popped so fast, I know that they all were on that generator to make it go so fast. So right here, you're going to see what I'm talking about. There's two of them right there. The Steve and the Lori, and then there's Nia right here. So I'm not going to chase her, I'm going to fake this. So I'm going to go for her, and then I'm going to double back, and I know that Steve's right there. That way that's less distance for me to close. And then here, he just wasn't moving, so I decided to go for that. And then Nia's going to try and go for the save and double back. But I'm going to cut her off. So she's probably like over to my right just a little bit. Probably crouching in the corner or something. Trying to get the save. The whole point of this, though, is to get the first person that you have to struggle phase. That's what you really want. That way, when you have someone in struggle, you know, they're dead on hook, you know, and especially if they're tormented like he is, that's just a final judgment. So you can bypass the DS automatically from the start and get someone out. And I know that the Lori is doing a generator right now. She's probably doing a generator a little bit farther away from me. And I know that the Steve and Nia are trying to go for the save. So they were both in this little room, and I double back and you'll see what I'm talking about. They're both right there. So I'm going to go for the Steve, actually. I thought that was a room to cut him off in, but you know, Larry's, it's really hard to navigate sometimes in Larry's. I play this match quite often, but I mean, the map has so many damn rooms, it's really hard to go around. And he jukes me a couple of times, actually, so. And that's because I have 100% sensitivity, so it's a little weird for me to be moving, because if I move just a little bit, it moves a lot. So I'm trying to get used to the sensitivity. And I know he's around here. Turns out he was behind the pole the whole time, because I heard the pallet drop. So I continue the chase. So right now, Lori is doing a gen. And I know she's doing a gen, and I know that the Nia is not doing a gen. Good, and the reason I know that is just by game sense. You know, you have to have some intuition. And I forgot that there was a pallet there, otherwise I would have used my power. There's a lot of pallets in this map as well. A lot of vaulting and a lot of pallets. So, and right here I'm going to cut him off because I knew that, you know, trying to chase him head on like this is just not going to work in this map. So I try and change my gameplay a little bit and decide to kind of go around a lot of the windows and stuff. That way I can probe. So here I'm going to use barbecue once again. Barbecue doesn't go off, so what that means is that they're all close to me. See, like that generator wasn't too far away, but it was more than 32 meters. So yeah, and there's two sets of scratch marks. So I know that the Lori went behind me, and the Nia is going here. See, that's where the Lori is, and the Nia's over here. So I know that they were both on that generator. Now I'm not gonna commit to Nia because I need him to hit struggle in order to secure this 4K, because with him juking me around and then with the Nia and the Lori both doing gens, I need to get him out of the game as soon as possible and turn it into a 2K. In this kind of situation, you don't want to, you know, play nice, because the survivors are not going to play nice for you. You know, they're gonna make it as hard as possible for you to get the 4K. So right here, I'm proxy camping because I know that the barbecue didn't go off, right? So I know that they're all near me. And I know that the Nia has been trying to save just like the Steve. So right here is, yeah, she's going for the save. And I knew that she wasn't to my left because I was protecting those generators. And then also I wasn't. I was pretty sure that she was going to come from the right. So right here I'm going to commit to the chase because it's a 3v1. And if I know that the Lori is far away, so if I commit to this chase, then I have one person on the hook, and then I have one person down like this. And this is a lot of pressure. And the Lori's going to have to get off of the generator that she was on to go for the Steve save, which she does right now. So all of my predictions are coming into play. And right here, here's strategic as well because I'm placing her in the corner of the map. So that's going to make barbecue go off. And now I know where they are and that they're healing. So Lori's really not doing anything, which isn't good. And Steve and Nia are really the only ones really putting in work, which allows me to, really capitalize off of that. He thought he was going to juke me there, but I knew where he was going. And then here he dead hards out of the way. At least I was pretty sure that that's a dead hard. He either moved really fast or just I was too slow with it. Either way, it missed. So I know that this is the Lori because Steve is off to my right. So I know that this is the Lori, and I want to pressure the Lori a little bit so I get her injured. And I know that Nia's right here because I seen her. And also the scratch marks cut off. And there's no way that she's just going to be walking around. So right here, I try and cut it off a little bit. And just get this off. Pyramid Head's ability is a little bit slower. He's definitely not as good as he was because this is a nerf. It's really not a buff. So right here, I knew that she had DS, but I wanted to take the DS because I know that the Steve, he's not doing a gen. I know that the Lori is not doing a gen because I just hit her. So right here, I'm fine with taking the DS because I want to get her to struggle phase as soon as possible as well. So here, once again, I'm going to use barbecue. This is kind of in the corner of the map a little bit. So I know it has to go off. And if it doesn't, like it's not doing now, I know that they're near me. Like the Steve, he's not near me, so. Like the Lori is behind me. She's in that room trying to do that generator. At least she was while I was chasing the Nia. So she's going to go for that save. But I knew that the Steve was not doing a gen. So right there, I didn't need to use my power because even if he went for the pallet, and I know he didn't have dead hard, and I don't want to take the any chances. I didn't know he was on death hook at the time. At the time, I was kind of focused on the Nia, but I know that Lori's in here because she's not very smart. She's going towards the generator that she was already working on. And I knew, like I said, I knew that Lori was in this room when I was chasing the Steve. So I knew that she was going to come back to it. And right now I can hear her, so I know she's not far away from me. And right now Nia's not doing a generator either. Because it seems like they want to do gens together so they can do them faster. But that's not good at all because when you're crumped up like this, especially in a small map like Larry's, and that was just a read. I knew that she was going to vault that and not fake it. She's a little bit scary when she's doing chases. I could tell that just from the way that she was running. And then Nia, I know she's around here. I know she is. And she's right there. She's by the pallet. It's right there. I should have curved it, but it's all good because she's not going to be able. If I break this pallet, she's not going to have the time to heal her. She's going to keep running. So right here, I'm not going to chase her directly. I'm going to cut her off because I know where she's going. And then I catch her like right here. Now I could have caught her there, but she looped around me. She did a circle around me, and then she went the same direction that she was going. And like I said, I'm trying to get used to the sensitivity. Like it's pretty hard to control sometimes. And the Lori's not going anywhere. I don't know what she was trying to do. It wasn't very smart to go for the save because she wasn't far enough away from me. So right here, you see this? She's in the back corner of the map, so I know she can't go any further. So I'm going to cut her off, and I can gap close at the same time. It's all about probing and controlling the chase. You want to control the chase as you're running. You know, you don't want to always trail behind them. Because sometimes that can be detrimental to you. And then right here, I have a choice to cage her, but I want my barbecue to go off because I need to know where the Lori is because I'm trying to get the 4K here. Otherwise, if I went into 3K, I would just hook the Lori and let the Nia go for a little bit, and then I'll try and chase her later. But you don't want to do that if you're trying to secure the kill. And right here, the barbecue went off like I predicted because the Nia ran far enough away, so I know the Nia is somewhere around here. Like, if I had Whispers in this situation, Whispers would tell me where she's at. But the only reason that I chose to do Noed instead of Whispers is because of the fact that I've been facing some, like, 2-man parties, even 4-man parties. And they've been using, you know, a lot of crutches, a lot of iridescent add-ons with toolboxes and stuff. And gens just fly, you know. And I really want to get the 4K, so I'm going to use a crutch of my own. And I don't need add-ons to do that. I can just run something like Noed and be pretty comfortable with going into a situation like that. Because even if they're gen rushing, I know for a fact that the way I play, I'm going to get at least, you know, 2 people killed by the time the exit gate's open, at least 3, and at least 1 on death hook. So Noed's going to really help me out there. And then, yeah, that's just how you do it. You just have to control the chases, and you have to control the match. And most of all, if you're going to commit to a chase, you need to know where the other survivors are so you're not wasting your time during that chase, because you could be chasing that person, yeah, but if a person is already almost finished with a generator, and let's say you have ruin, you're better off going to that person without the generator. And 2 of these guys were really high rank. They were red ranks. I believe they were I think they were close to level 2 instead of 3. And they're all running DS, except for the brownie guy. But they're all running at least 1 or 2 meta perks. So I decided to use a crutch of my own for Noed. And there you go, GG's.